Hello and welcome back to Sip the Tea with Roxy for this, my God, Thursday, June the 19th. We just left part two with us going into Ruby and the Vale and the Yami and the Bria little stories that happened yesterday, just because it's going to come up later in our update. So I want to reference it right here in the beginning so we know when we get down to where Ruby and MJ is supposed to be, you already have an idea of what's going on. If you do not and you see this video first, go back to 1 for today and then come back to 2. But this is Ruby's story that she let y'all know about the night with Yami and Vale.
Who remembers the night that we had to kick out that girl with the curly hair? Her name is Yanni or something like that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When we kicked her out and she said something about Vale's kids and Vale wanted to freaking go after her. And okay, you guys remember that night, which was this night, right?
No, apologize to her.
Apologize to her.
Yeah, apologize to her.
Mind you, this girl is scared as fudge.
You're a bad mom. You're a good mom.
I'm
not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting
You
you.
were scared, bitch. You didn't even fuck till I came down here.
I'm sorry, Vale. I'm sorry.
All right.
You guys remember that night, right? She was drunk, right?
I'm sorry for what I said about your kids.
She was drunk that night. And Jordan,
She said I'm sorry. She said I'm sorry when you came down here.
Say sorry because you're scared. Say sorry.
I'm sorry, Vale. I'm
She
sorry.
doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't do that. She doesn't need to do that.
Don't
She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need to do that.
and Jordan and telling her she doesn't need to do that. She does not need to apologize to you, right? Okay, before that, he was telling me like, Ruby, don't let her in the room. Let's talk about that night since you wanna make fun of me, right? Since you wanna sit here and think it's funny. She literally was like, he was like, please, like, don't let her in there. I will look out for you for a little bit. If I see that you're uncontrollable and I see that you're super drunk, I'm not going to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, like, that can turn into altercation between me and the person that I'm trying to calm down, right? So I seen that she wasn't able to calm down, right? I see that she was and there's witnesses there. There was witnesses there that night. I'm not the only one that's seen what I'm about to say. Journey's seen it. Jahil's seen it. Bree walked in at the end. She was just eating like her cheeseburger in the bed. I don't know if he had already tossed her and grabbed her and threw her in the closet. And you guys are gonna know I'm not lying because a lot of you guys were asking questions like about her freaking arms being up. And I don't know what story she gave, but I was there to actually witness it and I was quick to leave also. So they were okay. So I was like, no. I called him and I was like, I can't control her. I was like, she is gonna get through this door and she's gonna end up Yanni girl. So then he comes down literally like angry, like pissed, like he does not want to deal with her. And he comes and he just grabs her hard against the freaking wall. You're gonna say I'm lying because I seen it and that made me very uncomfortable. And that's when I was like, no, never mind. Like I was like, never mind, I got it. He was like, no, she doesn't listen. This is how she gets. You guys know I am not. You guys seen how he got with Bree. You guys should be able to tell this man women only. He's not aggressive with men. That's why he called my man and tried to talk to my man.
Anyway, there, boom, she accused Jordan of manhandling Vale that night. And I guess this all coincides to whatever's going on with Bree and Santos because they keep speaking on Santos, especially Jordan. You know what they do, how they bicker with one another. Now, manhandling her, first of all, when it comes to Vale, I've seen her get irate. I've seen her get a certain way when she's drunk. Like, she should not be drinking neither. And if Jordan doesn't want to deal with somebody like that while they're intoxicated, then ask her not to drink anymore. If it's causing strife in y'all's friendship, in your relationship, in your household, let it go. Sometimes alcohol is not the answer. Just let it go because it changes people. It alters your mind whenever you're drunk, okay? Anyway, eventually they do get into the whole Bria situation, and Bria supposedly flirting and then sleeping with Jordan. We're going to get into that later, but for now, let's get back into the flow of things. That the chat does come, what you call it? The chat does comment on Santos and her split up, okay?
Just tip $2. Santos said on live, you are only separating for a month, just until court is done. Ulterior motives that the judge will know about.
I mean, a lot of things can be said, unless that's exactly what happens, then it's not used against me. He didn't say that, and I don't have court in just a month, I have court in 2 months, so. I mean, that wouldn't even make any sense, and he knows that.
Now, do I agree? I agree with what she said. No, I feel like they can use things against her, especially the DV situation. I think that's very well can be added into whatever evidence 2K or whatever point 2K is trying to get across. And that's what I'm hearing too. Like, she's not being smart when it comes to things she's doing, and also filming or streaming every day. Now, they do ask her or say something in regards to her lawyer.
As of May, your restraining order was ordered in place. You need a new lawyer. She isn't communicating well with you. It's in your orders.
Parts of the restraining order were approved and parts of it were denied. Not the whole thing. Don't try that, you dumb bitch.
Her and her foul language. Anyway, she does tell y'all that her and her lawyer do communicate.
My lawyer obviously loops me into the conversation between her and Ding Dong's lawyer. So I wish I could tell y'all the way they talk to each other. I'm like, oh my god. She be eating. How do you know who I'm calling Ding Dong? I didn't say anybody's name. You're saying someone's name. I'm saying Ding Dong. Whoever you think Ding Dong is, think that.
Now, this is just an example of Bree's delusion. Yes, she is delusional into thinking. Of course, we knew she was referencing 2K. Hello, who else would you be referencing? And the fact that she keeps on talking to him that he's a ding dong, when ding dong, I would never be so like calling my baby daddy a ding dong when he has basically main custody of your son, and you're in the middle of a battle to gain more visits with your son, but you keep messing and poking at the man that has the favor right now when it comes to the justice system, and you're just giving him a point to just continue to fight for his son not to be around that type of environment all of the time. I would walk on eggshells if I was Bree when it comes to 2K. I would literally be calling him King 2K and thanking him all the time for being the priority, making Winter his priority and taking care of him the way he does, especially his mom. Now, eventually, the chat does tell her she looks like some character from Beauty and the Beast.
The old white man with white hair, one of the villains from Beauty and the Beast. Your wig half on looks like him.
Nothing. They're saying I'm a beautiful princess.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Am I a fan of the wig? No. Do I think blonde looks good on her? No. Do I think that's gonna last long? No. Wait, she originally does mention Ruby again.
I'm gonna be on TikTok tonight though, with Ruby spilling some tea. So I'm excited. Oh, Ruby said now she wants to call me on the phone today. She should have thought about everything I know before lying on my name. MJ is not Jordan's friend and never was.
Anonymous just tipped $2.
Yeah, don't sit there and say, I know we're still good. Like, I know we're no, nobody is claiming you. Nobody likes you. I'm gonna be on TikTok tonight.
Now, if this story between Bree, Vale, Jordan, E-Tide, and Santos does not teach you the lesson that you shouldn't just trust anybody that comes in your life, give them all your secrets, everything that's gone on. Do things in front of these people that can maybe come back to you. Because we all know they all became friends very quickly when it comes to Vale and Bree. Like, how can you just allow a girl to come into your home that you just met because she wants to know how you make money on social media, and you encourage her to come to LA to make money with you? That is not common for somebody to bring a strange woman into their home that you don't know. Okay? Let's go to part 3.